They were 10 feet tall, carved from muscle and fury, draped in bone armor and feathers from beasts Earth hadn't seen in millennia. The Amazara, an all-female warrior race from the jungle planet Viridian 9, were feared across the stars. For centuries, they lived untouched in their own domain, rejecting galactic society and violently repelling all intruders. That is, until Earth's exploration fleet crash-landed in the wrong sector. Captain Darian Locke never intended to spark a diplomatic incident. His ship, the Pathfinder, suffered catastrophic damage in a freak wormhole storm. Limping through unknown coordinates, they made emergency descent onto a lush world teeming with oxygen, aggressive plant life, and something far worse, those towering warriors with cobalt skin and eyes like molten gold. Within 20 minutes of landing, the crew was surrounded, stripped of weapons, and taken prisoner. Darian remembered how one of them, taller than the rest, stood in front of him and declared in perfect, resonant English, "You have trespassed. As dictated by Viridian law, the strongest among you will face our champion. Survive and you may earn the right to speak. Lose, and your people are ours." His crew looked at him. He nodded. He always hated diplomatic missions. Middle. The arena was natural, dense foliage forming a circle, with bioluminescent vines casting green light from above. Warriors beat drums carved from hollow stone. From the crowd emerged a warrior unlike any Darian had seen. Nearly 11 feet tall, adorned with a crown of fangs and a spear taller than he was. Her muscles rippled with every step. "She is Zarakai, daughter of the Warden Queen," a translator bot whispered. "No male has ever stood against her." Darian cracked his neck. "Guess it's a day for firsts." The fight was unequal. Zarakai moved like a panther, fast and brutal, but Darian wasn't just a soldier. He was Earth's best. Years of exosuit training, adaptability drills, and neural reflex enhancement gave him an edge in unpredictability. He dodged, rolled, countered, earning respect from the audience with every breathless minute he survived. By minute 15, both were bloodied. Zara had him in a chokehold, one arm around his neck, snarling. "You do not yield." Darian coughed, grinned. "You first." Then, using her own weight, he twisted and flipped, slamming her down. The crowd gasped. Zara lay stunned. He stood over her, spear in hand, but didn't strike. Instead, he knelt, plunged the spear into the earth beside her, and offered his hand. "I didn't come to conquer. I came to survive." Zara stared, then took his hand. That was the moment it all changed. Aftermath. The Viridian Council, impressed by Darian's strength and restraint, granted Earth conditional contact rights. The Pathfinder crew was released under watch, allowed to explore with guides. Trade agreements began. But what stunned the universe wasn't diplomacy. It was what followed. Zarakai, champion of the Amazara, publicly requested honor bonding, their culture's highest vow, with Darian Locke. He was brought before the High Warden. "You defeated our daughter and spared her," the Queen said. "She has marked you. Our ways are sacred. Do you accept this union?" Darian looked at Zara across the chamber. She stood tall but uncertain, rare vulnerability in her gold eyes. He thought of Earth, of sterile negotiations and shallow politics. He thought of Zara's raw strength and deeper wisdom. He stepped forward. "I accept." The universe exploded in confusion. Romance in war paint. The marriage wasn't legal under Earth law. It was spiritual, ceremonial, raw. Earth media turned it into a sensation. Human captain weds alien Amazon. Footage of Zara lifting Darien over her head at the bonding ritual became a meme across 3 star systems. But to them it was real. Darien learned her language. She trained him in the old ways. How to listen to the forest, how to move in sync with the creatures of Viridian. In turn, he taught her Earth combat tactics, flight mechanics, and technology. They sparred, they joked, they clashed. Zara once broke 3 of his ribs and cried for hours, swearing never to fight him again. Darien only grinned. That was foreplay, wasn't it? Their love wasn't gentle. It was forged in battle and respect. Then came the rebellion. A faction within the Amazara, furious at Zara's bond with an outsider, plotted a coup. They poisoned the Warden Queen and seized half the capital. The jungle burned with infighting. Darien, against Earth Command orders, stayed. He rallied the Loyalists, using tactics the Amazara had never considered. Smoke grenades, sonic pulses, vertical drop units. In the final battle, Zara and Darien fought back to back, blades flashing in the rain. "You should have left," she hissed between strikes. "I'm married to this mess now," he said, stabbing a traitor. They won, but just barely. The warden survived, but stepped down, naming Zara her successor. Zara refused. Instead, she named Darien as her co-ruler. A male ruling the Amazara. Galactic tabloids had a field day. But the Amazara, bound by honor and strength, accepted. Not because he was human, but because he had earned it. Ending. Years passed. Viridian 9 became Earth's strongest ally in the quadrant. Trade boomed. New technology emerged. A fusion of Earth logic and Amazara organic science. Joint military units were formed. Mixed species academies opened. Children born of Amazara human unions were rare, but strong and resilient. Darien and Zara had no children, but their story birthed a generation. He still laughed about it sometimes. "I got captured. Next thing I know, I'm married and running a planet." Zara would raise a brow and say, "You make it sound like I kidnapped you." "Well, you did," he teased. They built a palace not from gold, but from vines and stone. A bridge between earth steel and jungle strength. Visitors came from across the stars to see the couple, the war goddess queen and the earthman who tamed her, not with power but with honor. And when Darien eventually died, at the end of a long, fierce life, it was said Zara stood for a full day in the jungle rain, unmoving, letting the storm wash her grief away. She buried him beneath the tree where they first kissed. Around it, she planted flowers that glowed at night, whispering to the winds. "He took nothing from us but gave us everything." And beside that tree, generations later, a statue was built. Not of a conqueror, but of 2 warriors side by side, hands clasped in eternal unity.